Welcome back, WIC family, to our cooking class YouTube channel. I'm your host, Anna Garcia, and today I'm taking you downtown Temple to learn a couple of Italian recipes using your WIC approved foods, so stick around. So if you've taken a trip through downtown Temple lately, you will see how much it has grown and developed over the past 3 years. They've added great parks and restaurants as well. But one restaurant that's been around for over 20 years is the local Italian-inspired restaurant, Pignetti. So I'm here at Pignetti's with Chef Robert, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the restaurant and himself. So, Chef, tell us a little bit about how you got started and your passion for cooking.
Well, my passion for cooking probably started when I was a little kid. I hung out with my grandma, and they had a farm. And I do remember we always grew, my grandfather grew everything from spinach to corn, peppers, those types of things in his garden. But around the community, it was cantaloupes and onions and things like that everybody kind of harvested around. So I remember just the little things, and it kind of got me in the passion of cooking. Took a detour in life, and then about 12 years ago, I went to culinary school, and this is where I ended up in Temple, Texas at Pignetti's. I've been here 10 years.
Wow, that's amazing. And we're excited to learn new tips from you.
Oh, awesome. Well, what you're going to find is when we get into the kitchen, you're going to see that we do have fresh herbs. So we cut some of our herbs from here, and we try to stay seasonal. So right now what's growing really good is curly leaf parsley. And we also have flat leaf parsley, which is kind of known as Italian parsley. So we'll take a little bit of that. We don't cut too much off of it. We don't grow a whole bunch of it because butterflies love it. And we're really surprised that the oregano survived the freeze.
And I can already smell the aroma coming through as you snip through.
And then a little bit of dill. We use our dill in our lemon dill sauce with our salmon. I guess we do have a little bit of basil. I didn't think we had any planted yet, just because it's not really the right time for basil. Basil really flourishes during the summer.
So we have our herbs ready. What are we going to be making in the kitchen?
So we're going to utilize what is going to start growing here pretty quick. When you go to the grocery store, you're going to start to see seasonal vegetables like squash, bell peppers, onions, mushrooms. Those are the things that are part of our everyday at Pignetti's, but you're going to start seeing more and more as the summertime comes. And then we're going to feature our marinara and our Alfredo sauce with some penne pasta. Very simple dishes that you can make at home every day. And it's very simple to just add whatever your family likes to these pasta dishes. So let's go to the kitchen.
I'm excited. Let's go. Here in the kitchen now. Tell us what we're making today.
So we're going to make a pasta primavera, and we're going to make it with a nice Alfredo sauce penne pasta. Add a little salt to season the water, get it nice and salty, and then we're going to add our pasta to the water.
So why do we add salt while it's boiling, and why not at the table?
Well, you want to add salt to the pasta because you want to get some flavor into the pasta, not just flour.
Okay, so it's best to salt while the water's boiling.
Right.
Awesome.
Right. We're going to add a little oil to our pan. You want to add the vegetables that are probably more dense, because those are going to take a little bit longer to cook, and then you'll add the other ones as we go through the process. Like you want to do onions, and then you want to do mushrooms first, maybe the peppers as well, and then we'll add the squash at the end and the zucchini, just because those don't really take a long time to cook, but you also don't want them mushy. You'll add a little onion, a sliced onion. Pepper. The mushroom. You want to add salt to these vegetables because the salt will actually allow the vegetables to start to cook from the inside, because the salt will get into the vegetables and the water that are in the vegetables will actually come out.
Yeah. So would you say it kind of speeds up the process of cooking?
Yes,
as well?
It creates the liquid to start to caramelize the vegetables and
Nice.
actually give you some flavor on those vegetables. It'll release their actual flavors.
Okay.
At this point, we're going to add a little bit of squash. and a little bit of zucchini.
I always talk about including the rainbow in your diet, and that's a great example right there. You
Right.
have green, yellow, red, and white.
Especially now. Today's we're just starting to spring. I guess started yesterday. So these are all the nice spring vegetables that are coming out, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get to the summertime, and you're gonna have like the squashes and all the nice garden vegetables.
And a cooking tip, seasonal fruits and vegetables are always cheaper at the grocery store. So
Right,
that's
right.
always a plus. And all these vegetables, they are all WIC approved items.
Oh,
too.
awesome. We're gonna start making the sauce. As you can see, I don't want everything to get too soft because it just gets mushy. So you want a little crunch in your vegetables. So at this point, we're gonna add our heavy cream. This is 40% cream, and we're gonna let that get hot.
And why heavy cream?
As an Alfredo sauce, you need the heavy cream for that reduction. So at this point, we're gonna add a little more pepper because Alfredo sauce has pepper in it. And we're gonna add our pasta to it. So this is the pasta that we cooked earlier. And so now we're just gonna add it to the dish. And let that cook. You want just the pasta, basically what you want now is just for the pasta to get hot. And then we're gonna mount this with Parmesan cheese. And it's gonna get really thick.
Cheese, another WIC approved item.
Yes, so all types of cheese, all fresh cheeses as well.
That's good.
It probably took all of 5 minutes to cook.
And you didn't add any flour to this recipe.
No. So this the recipe that we're using here, other than the pasta, if you cook them too long and it doesn't have the elasticity or the gluten that you would need in the pasta, it starts to break down and it starts to become very mushy.
So if you're cooking with whole wheat pasta, just remember to be mindful of the time that it is cooking.
So now we're going to plate this.
Okay, so I hear we have a second dish. What are we making now?
What's coming up is the tomatoes. So tomato season is going to start coming out here pretty quick, and definitely with WIC you can get just about any vegetable, any cheese, any pasta. So we're going to try to feature those same vegetables, but we're going to use the tomato base this time.
Great.
So marinara
That's a
that we
good
make
idea.
here,
Cool.
that we make here at Pignetti.
Awesome.
So again, we start with turn on the oven and a little bit of oil because you want to be able to make sure nothing sticks, which isn't a bad thing in all cases. And as before, we're going to start with onion.
Adding onions to a dish is a great way to add flavor without adding too many extra calories. Plus, they contain great antioxidants that help fight inflammation. Bell peppers come in various colors such as red, yellow, orange, and green. They are loaded with vitamin C and also contain folate, iron, and fiber. Same process that we just did before.
Correct. You see, like I said, like earlier, it doesn't take very long to start breaking those down. Always start with a hot pan. You never want to start with a cold pan just because it's cold, everything starts to stick and it just starts to sweat. What you want to do is to be able to seal in some of those flavors on your vegetables to make sure that you're not just messing around with mushy vegetables that have no texture.
Adding yellow squash and green zucchini is a great way to add color and a variety of nutrients to this dish. You can help your family get the benefits of eating the rainbow by choosing a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables each day. So don't forget to eat your colors. So high heat, hot pan, and heat your oil before adding any vegetables.
Yep, any vegetables. You know, and ultimately the dish that we're making here could feed 2 or 3 people. When you have pasta, when you have vegetables, they go a long way.
Right.
Very inexpensive.
And very quick too.
Some people think that it takes a long time to make really good food, and honestly, if you have even just a little bit of technique, you can do pretty much anything.
Right, yeah. And you can also add a little bit of chicken for that added protein and balance.
Chicken, also some nice ground beef, some steak. You can cut up steak, and those processes there, you would start with the proteins first, and then you would go to the vegetables.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure that the proteins cook all the way through, especially chicken.
Right. Do you take out the chicken before you add the vegetables?
It just depends. If you had a grill, you could grill the chicken first, and you can just toss the grilled chicken into this. It'll cook up really quick.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to add our marinara. And we cook it till it starts to reduce, and it gives us a nice, flavorful marinara. We also have vegetables that we, garden herbs that we grow here. So at this point, You don't want to add this at the beginning because it's just going to burn, but you add it in the liquid so the liquid will steep all that flavor out into your marinara.
It's a good pro tip there.
And then all we're doing is getting pasta hot. So this is cooked pasta. This is penne pasta, one of the favorites here at the restaurant. And all you're doing is getting that pasta hot.
Did you know WIC offers whole wheat pasta? You could select any shape such as penne, rotini, shells, spaghetti, or spirals. Just be sure to look for the 16-ounce box or bag and the 100% whole wheat label. So there you have it, WIC family. That was so simple and it looks amazingly delicious. What do you think? You think you could do this at home? I know I'm going to try it. Thank you so much, Chef. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Well, I'm really excited to give this a try. But one thing I want to point out to you all, whenever you get your food at a restaurant, an easy way to kind of help with those portion sizes is to go ahead and split it in half and put it in a to-go box immediately. So that's the tip that I would give to you. I'm ready. Let's go for it.
As they say in Italy, mangia.
Mangia. That's
really good. Really good. Simple.
Yes, quick and easy.
Quick and easy.
Recipe.
The vegetables are nice and fresh, and it all works together.
Yes, and you can taste the great seasonings and that pepper that you added to it at the end.
WIC is now offering recipes and cooking classes via video online, so you can learn from home. We're here to nourish, support, and empower you.